Alright, what's up, y'all? Addiction Recovery Live. It's Joe here. Um, just gonna make a real quick video about how my taper process was, how I did it, and but yeah. So when I started working on actually getting out the Suboxone, I had a couple complications with the doctor. I think not wanting me to, and after 2 years of being on it, I was kind of fed up. So I basically forced myself out of the program and ended up with, I think it's like what, 28 strips in the last script I had. So basically what I did was I dropped down to they lasted me a while. I dropped down to 4 milligrams, and I did that for the first 7 strips. So that's 4 milligrams a day for 14 days basically. And then I did the same thing again with the next 7 strips as I went down to 2 milligrams, and that basically for another 14 days. So now we're looking at about 28 days on half of it, right? So and it wasn't too bad coming down from 4 to 2. I mean, I really didn't notice. I didn't try to dwell on it too much or pay much attention to it or get into the whole mental craving thing. I really have a disdain for the opiates. I was kind of irritated and angry that I was on them in the first place because they were never really my thing. I got hurt and got on and ended up getting addicted to pain pills and blah blah blah. But anyway, so after the first 28 days, the first 14 strips I had used brought me down that much in about a month, and then after that I dropped down to around 1 milligram. Again, this wasn't too hard, and it ended up lasting me quite a while. There's 8 milligrams in a strip, so I did the same thing again, 7 of them at 1 milligram. And again, it wasn't too bad. I think I can remember having a little bit of kind of an upset stomach, slight I don't want to say sick feeling, but just that kind of uneasy, kind of grimy feeling, I guess you would say. But it wasn't nothing like full-blown withdrawals. I could definitely tell that my system was going through changes, though, and it was starting to have a little bit more effect on me as I tapered down. So I got down to the point I was cutting the strips down into 7 little individual strips and then cutting them in half. And I did that for the last 7 of them. So now we're like 3-4 months out from when I got my last script. Sorry, something's making noise, but anyway, when I got my last script, and that's when I ended up actually thought I ran out, but ended up going like 3, maybe 4.5 days into the actual detox withdrawal, and once you know it, I had somehow misplaced 15 other strips in my closet in a laundry basket, and I just happened to find them when I was cleaning out the closet that day to do some laundry. So since that first attempt, I was feeling pretty horrible, but I ended up just going down to about a half a milligram for the whole 15 strips. Okay, and that ended up lasting me like another 4 or 5 months. I can't really tell you exactly, because not only did I drop down to about a half a milligram when I got down to my last 4 or 5 of them, I started pushing myself an hour longer every day before I take it. So if I took, say, half a milligram at noon one day, then the next day I wouldn't take it until 1 or 2 p.m. So it's giving me an extra hour, without taking my next dose. I did that for like a week or two, I think, and I got up to where I was easily doing almost 2 days. I wouldn't say easily. I mean, the second days I didn't feel very well, but I was going every other day, just taking around a half a milligram, I guess you'd say. I mean, you just rip it off and you get the little flanges, take a little piece of kid that would bring you back out of withdrawal. So, I mean, it wasn't too bad. I was actually kind of surprised that I wasn't having a more difficult time doing that, but it was like once I got between 48 and 60 hours is when I started actually getting to the point where I'd be waking up in the middle of the night and actual full-blown withdrawal, because it had been, almost completely out of my system. So it was a couple nights, I woke up just in it, legs getting crazy and all that, and just take that little tiny piece, put it under there, and they'd work and get me back to sleep. And I'd push myself for 40 to 60 hours. And I did that until it ran out, and I still just, I mean, they lasted me a long time. My taper, I guess, was pretty long if I think about it, but even going down that low and pushing myself that far, I still had, I still felt pretty crappy. If you see any of my videos, you can tell. I mean, I was out moving around, stuff like that, keeping myself motivated and trying to give myself a lot of positive self-talk, but it's no joke, and everybody's taper is different, so don't think just because it worked for someone else it's going to work for you. Some people have an extremely hard time even tapering off. Other people say it's the only way to go, it really just depends on you. Do you want to sit here and do you want to prolong and slowly come down for next year? Can you do that without mentally stressing yourself out and anxiously seeking it, while you're still on it? Or can you just quit it, get the brunt of it done, and just get it done, But yeah, I mean, it's all on you. Only you know you. Mess around with it. If you mess around with, take a little piece here, take a little piece there, try to wait as long as you can, cut down, maybe go back a little bit. It doesn't matter, take your time doing it, figure out what works for you. This is just what I did, because after so long in the program and feeling like I was getting nowhere, I just kind of got really angry, irritated. I used that anger as a lot of my motivation to do this. So, I mean, it's just how it is. But anyways, guys, thanks for checking it out. Hope this can help somebody out. Just get down there and experiment with it, see what works for your body chemistry. But also don't be afraid to push yourself a little bit. A lot of people are a lot stronger than they realize and they think they are. And these addictions and opiates and Suboxone and all this stuff, they come with the fear of withdrawal and getting off the drugs and et cetera, et cetera. So, kind of kick that fear around and push yourself a little bit, just, yeah, you can do it, never quit, never fail, guys. Peace.